Good evening from the Kingdom of Balance. This is our 29th session going through the bundle for racial justice and equality. Today we're looking at 3 games. The first game is 10S by Super Blizzard, also known as OWCH. The second game is Quadilateral Cowboy by Blendo Games. And the third game is Blind Men by Maneater Games. So I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, except for stat holidays. And the art on this page is done by Rifna. And these are the links to their profile if you want to check out more of their art. I'm a big fan of their art. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm gonna probably have a short stream today because I'm a bit tired. So we're gonna start with the first game, 10S. Let me just load that up. It was a little... Technologically, it was a little hard to map onto OBS, but let's hope this works. 10S. Where are you? There you are. Well, it's trying to show up. Okay. I need to fiddle with it a bit. Let's see, which one is it? Is this one? I was pretty sure I adjusted this, but I guess not. So I'm going to do it now. Is that big enough? That should be it. There we go. Or, actually, I could make it... I have another idea for it. Let's go back here, and then we'll do the... Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks right. That's what I had last time, I think. I tested this 3 times. 3 different days. I think this is the one that we're gonna finally go with. Okay, so this is 10S. Where's my phone? I'm gonna set myself a timer. Because I don't wanna go too long with each game. I sometimes get really immersed in it and then I forget to check the time. Okay, so I put a 30 minutes on this. Okay. Edit controls, huh? Up, down, left, right, swing is K and L. Okay, serve is space. I see. There's no mouse involved. It's all keyboard. Awesome. Tech is shift, pause is enter. Okay, sounds good. Exit controls. Okay. I think I saw a message. Okay, let's see. I am going to, how do you start this thing? Hopefully. Let's see what happens. Ha. Oh, I can use a mouse. It's... interesting. Ooh, I got one. Oh, I missed. I got the second one. Ah. Ooh, I get to pick. Do I get a more heart or more bats? Let's get a heart. That sounds good. Ooh. This is interesting. It's like tennis or curl. No, what's that other game? No, the one with the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Squash?
Squash.
Yeah, it's that game, except with enemies. Oops. Should have moved. Nice. I'm gonna go with the bat this time. Loaded dice, increase deflect chance. Panic juice increases dive recovery. Which one is dive? How do you dive? I forgot the keys already. Is it shift? No. Control? No. Shift is tech. Huh. Swing is K, move is L. Oh, move. Okay, that's the move. Okay, cool. So this is increased dive recovery, and this is increased deflect chance. Okay, let's do deflect chance, whatever that is. Whoa. Oh, damn. Oh, this one. There we go. It's the black ones, I think that
Black round ones.
yeah. Ooh. Okay, wow, this is hardcore. I can throw my own too, right?
I think so.
Yeah. It's hard to follow all these spheres. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Oh, that was a good move. Oh, come on. Almost. This is getting hard. There's one. Ow. Okay. Maybe I should just serve my own. These enemies are powerful. Okay, I got one. One left. One left. Oh, come on. Is it more effective if I throw theirs back at them? So many things to keep track of. Ah, almost had it. come on. Ah, wow, that was hardcore. Oh, jeez.
You can give it angles?
I don't know how the angles work. Oh. Got it. Ah, that's a boss battle. This is a very interesting dynamic. Damn it. It's not doing much. If I do it on the side. This is so much going on here. Oops, what just happened? Oh, I couldn't move for a second. Huh. This is so busy. Holy. Whew. Only because my keyboard messed up. Oh, it's different each time. I don't know what that did. Oh, it erases things around you. That's cool. Ah. Okay. Awesome. Got one. Oh, you can do that?
Oh, I see. It's
Okay.
where you are compared to the wall.
Yeah. Didn't work. See? It's the direction you press when you are attacking. There.
You're better off doing this straight.
Come on. Oh, wow. That was intense. Increase deflect chance. Increases orb storage charge speed. Oh, that's useful. But no. Awesome. Flash powder increases explosion size and increases orb storage charge. I think that I need this. Got that one. Oh, that was a good shot. Oh, that was good. Getting better. Decreases orb velocity. Increases deflect chance. Decreases orb velocity. Okay, so everything moves slower. Oh, there's a bar in the bottom left corner. I don't know what that does.
When you get away from
It's some sort of progress. Maybe there's a like a level up thing too. I don't know. Decreases orb velocity. Should I get orb velocity decreased? I don't know if it's gonna help. Might help. Let's try it. See what happens. Okay. There are triangles now showing up. I don't know what that means.
I think it's a trap.
Oh, come on. They're so far away that it's getting like harder to hit. Stop. Don't get stuck like that. Okay, there you go. My keyboard just like sometimes just doesn't want to move. Increases combo charge. What is combo charge? Increases walk speed. Okay, that sounds pretty useful. Walk speed? Ah, there's the... Okay. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, wow.
Ball is keep going around.
Oh. That ball gets around. Oh, come on. Oh, I got that. Awesome. What is this? Move on. Cool. So I just went to the next section, I guess. Next world. It's a new world. Cool. Ooh, damn. Those are fast. Ooh, good shot. Ooh, ah. Wrong spot. Wrong spot. Wrong spot. Okay.
He only shoot when you're in front.
Awesome. That was good. I need help. Itching, sizzing increases orb storage charge speed. Increase explosion size. Let's go with this. Oh, come on. Oh, they're targeting me as well.
Yeah.
Nice hit. Oh, come on. Oh. As soon as I serve, it just stops moving. Well, I guess I get to play from the second world now.
I think I'll play them.
Well, one day I won't have to depend on my keyboard for or like this keyboard at least, for these games, because it's a bit... I don't think it was designed for gaming. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's pretty good. So all I have to do is not get in front of that. Awesome. Increases our velocity, increases walk speed. I'll go with health. Ooh, got that one. Oh, come on. Nice. Increases our velocity. Increases our storage charge speed. That could be useful. Maybe. But I really need health. Oh, come on, move out of the way. Oh, stop. Got that. Damn that thing. Nicely done. Oh. I still have 6 minutes left. Let's do it one more time. Oops. You can't like hit twice in a row sometimes. Okay, got that one. Okay. All right. Come on. Okay, let's do this. Okay, maybe that's... I need to move... Yeah. Not straight. There we go. Heavy shirt, no knockback when taking damage. Oh, that sounds useful. Keyboard, you need to move. Tension spice increases or velocity. I wonder if the controller works for this. No, it doesn't. Increases or velocity. But it's all for everyone, right? Not just mine. Health. Oh, wow. That ball's doing damage. Ah, that didn't do anything. Oh, come on. I hit it. Got something on my hands now. It's sticking to the keyboard. Okay, that's a weird configuration. Okay, got that one. Come on. Okay, decreases. Let's do this one. Oh my god. Yeah, see, if I didn't have a timer, I would just keep going.
All night.
Yep, all night. I was hoping that would bounce back, but it didn't. Ah, got it. Oh, there's my timer. How do you pause this thing? Oh, there you go. How do you go back? Oh, okay. No, I was trying to get back into the game. I was gonna switch off the timer and get back into the game. Because it's important. Ah, got it. That was good. Ooh. Oh, I got like 2 orbs. That's awesome. Come on. Come on. Come. Why did that one go so fast? Oh. Come on. What's going on? Yeah, you can hear how hard I'm hitting my keyboard. Oh, come on, why don't you hit that? I was right in front of you. Okay. So that was a really interesting game. I don't know what the lore behind this is, or, you know, I don't know what the story is, but it looks like a character with horns, so maybe there's some demonic thing going on, or maybe it's a anthropomorphic deer, maybe? I'm not sure, but I'm curious to know. Yeah, and that was 10S by 10S by. Oh, I didn't post it. Okay, it's 10S by OWCH. That's their name, OWCH. I'm actually going to paste the link to their profile. It's not OWCH spelled with O-U. It's spelled with O-W. And there it is. Yeah, so that was 10S. It was pretty cool. It's very addictive. And if you have a good keyboard and mouse combo or a controller that's mapped to the controls, then it could be quite fun. Okay, so that was the first game. I'm going to take a quick break, about 5 minutes or so, and I'll come back with the second one. Let's see. I'm going to activate my break. we're back. So our second game today is Quadrilateral Cowboy. I don't know why they named it this yet. I'm curious to find out because quadrilateral, I've only heard that term in math for equations. Look at two variable, well, not a two variable, but like an equation that has a square component. Anyway, whatever. So Quadrilateral Cowboy, I'm just gonna start it up to see how it relates to that math equation. Or it's more about a space description, like a domain description. Quadrilateral Cowboy, starting up. I hope that's showing up. I remember it took some effort to get it to show last time. What's all this? Oh, does this work? No, it doesn't. I still have to do keyboard and mouse. Blink? There's a button for blink? Huh.
You see the game and everything.
It's showing up?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, awesome. So, it is showing up. Jump, crouch, yeah. I don't really like control as a crouch. Okay, I'll try the default controls anyway. Map. Really? There's like a horn blaring outside. Okay, I'm gonna close the windows. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Blendo Games presents Quadrilateral Cowboy, 20th Century Cyberpunk. 20th Century Cyberpunk? Okay. What do we have? So career, I'm guessing career is new game. More games, credits, shutdown. Okay, cool. I'll do career. Oh, I'm gonna set another timer for 30 minutes. Usually I do 40 minutes, but today I'm a bit short on time. Wait, career. Start new career, tourists. No pressure. All doors are unlocked. You cannot fail. Take a peek into the development process. Job select, jump to the job of your choice. Interesting. Well, let's do this one. Wow. What? Oh my god. Okay, we're chasing after a train or driving by it. Huh. Press WASD to move. Yeah, I get it. We're breaking into a train. Okay, it doesn't work until I do something here. That is so like, wow, exposed circuits and everything. It's how they imagine computers to be in the future. Lights 15 and 2. Okay. What did that do? Oh, it's on now. Lights 15 off. Door 1 open. Huh. Happy New Year 1980. Oh, wow. Oh. I have to do it again? I guess it's like temporary, so. Huh. All these briefcases. This opens the door again. Cool. What do I do? Caution, mind your head. Huh, this thing. Oh, that's fancy. Watch fingers. Stand beneath hatch, hold W and press spacebar. Ooh, okay. I wonder if I can open any of these briefcases. You hold throw and you push and pull. Ooh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna throw. Okay, let's get up.
That's the end of the train where you came from.
Yeah, end of the train. There's a gap here. Oh, another hacking thing. That's so cool. You just plug in a port and start hacking. Skylight 1 open or skylight 2 open? Let's open both.
Oh, the 2 is further away.
Oh, okay. It's one or the other. Okay.
And you have to go in right away.
That's a fast one. Okay. Got it. Oh, look, whiskey. Are these whiskey?
Drinks anyway.
Oh, some sort of alcohol, I guess. Can I pour a bottle? Huh, I guess not. That would be cool. Skylight control. Okay. It's an empty train, like there's no one here. I should be able to open this, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything in there? No, Oh.
Oh my god, that is so interesting. It's like a yeah, but it's like a Minecraft character with the face pasted on it. Am I here to steal this thing? Possibly. It's here. Vault open.
Objective complete.
Return to hoverbike. Cool. Um. Door. There we go. The other two didn't help at all. That's funny. I love how they simplified the faces. Oh, look, there's like sound waves coming out of it. That's so cool. And okay, this idea is like so interesting. Whoa. Which song is that again?
Happy New Year.
Oh, yes.
Be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
This is just a normal song.
I really like this song, so I'm listening to it for that reason. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh,
There's the hand, my
oops.
friend.
I just find it so interesting that they chose this because, like, in a portable, it's a portable LP player, right? It's like that back, like it's an idea that back then they thought that in the future we're gonna have these portable versions of the same records. I love that, you know, that's this idea. Huh.
Right good Willie Wout for old lang syne.
They use 3 consonants to make different words. M, P, and L. Wonder why.
I think it would just be words.
Good old acquaintance be
Yeah.
forgot and never brought to mind. Should
What does it
old
say?
acquaintance be
Impala
and
Solutions. Okay, that's the name of the company.
syne. For old
After
lang
much.
syne, my dear, for old
Not successful. Okay.
syne, we'll take a cup of
What
kindness yet
is the book? I can't really see it.
old lang syne.
Oh, it's the old TVs. Security cameras.
Just press C.
Oh, it's a zoom function. Cool.
And there's the hand, my trusty friend, and he's the hand of mine. We'll take a
Huh.
right good
The shadows keep getting in the way.
for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang
Okay, the gate is jammed. Is there a way I can open it? Is there a way I can hack to open it?
Willy
Can
walk
you enrich the hacking that was over there?
like
No. Oops. Won't stay up. Okay.
Well, maybe you should look at them. Oh, maybe the two that are there. See, there's two of them.
Oh, those are buttons.
good old
Just shuts off lights.
be forgot and never brought to mind.
Oh, come on.
Good old acquaintance.
Picture Atlas, quadratic engine architecture. Huh. That's where the quadratic comes from. It's part of the technology that they use. Okay, maybe if I zoom in I can access these. No?
You can talk to a person.
Huh, maybe I can. They're trying to open, pull the gate open.
You'll see the treasury.
Oh, it's a microchip of some sort. Oh. What does it do? Oh, they managed to open it.
I think you have to bring it to the machine.
Oh, I did that already. Locker's open.
Yeah, you probably have to bring those.
That's a memory. Yeah. Attaching the RAM. There's a hard drive. Oh. Okay. And a power supply.
I think you have to do.
Yeah, and the optics. Simulator of some sort. Ooh. Cool. What? It's like a virtual reality. What?
Please wait compiling.
Alley Cat? That's a game. That's an old game. I played that game. Dev console. Looks like Linux. Oh, what?
Not who's an inspector. Thanks for it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Motor Spectre, Grapper.
Yeah.
Oh, can't go into it.
Heist planner. No, see,
Heist
they're all
plan.
0 except Heist Planner.
Heist planner. Okay. Version 0.2. Insert point. Begin at this location. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, we start here and then what? We're gonna go there? How do we go there? Oops. We start here. What is this? This is a wall of some sort.
Computer?
Demo mission. Type telnet, type door 5, okay. Wow, these are actual commands that you use in a computer, honestly. Display entity listing at
Type
batch. Okay. Wait. Door 5, door 4, door 6, okay, 3 objects. Batch, create a batch of multiple commands, stops all threads. Not exiting. Door 5. Available commands for door 5 open, oh, okay. Open door dot x seconds to stay open. Okay. Oh, that's what that means. 5 dot open 6 10 seconds. Let's open it for 10 seconds. Honestly, 30 seconds. Much better.
There you go.
There we go. Bad command. SA. I didn't type SA. There's a wall. There's a door.
Those wall are just building a thing. They're just teaching you stuff.
Okay, let's do this. Door 6. Demo mission. Type door 6. Type door 6. Open 3. No, do not press enter to confirm the command. Press the mouse left button. Ah, okay. Okay, I could do that. Door 6, open. I'm gonna do 30. Ah, that's how it works. Not working?
Oh, I think it's 30 in 37 seconds.
Oh. Just waiting for it to open.
Can you click it or anything?
No, can't click it. Alarm triggers if door stays open longer than 3 seconds. Ah. Okay, so it has to be 3. Okay, let's do that. Door 6, open 3. Oops. Oh wow.
First,
Key works.
bad comment. First telnet.
Oh, we have to log into telnet again. Door 6, open 3.
And then you do that.
There we go. Awesome. Okay, so we are done with that one?
Yeah, no, look over there.
Oh, okay. Compile, run heist planner point 3. Sure. Whoa, what just happened?
Bad. Debug. Function debugger.
This is so interesting. This is like a weird cyberpunk hacking simulator. Set in the 80s, like 1980. Heist Planner 1.0 photograph. Not what?
No clip. Photograph the contract.
That is so interesting. There's just so much here. Oh my god. Okay, this is interesting. Scroll to select deck. Okay.
Typed on it. Door.
Door 3 open. 5 is enough.
And then you can do that thing.
Yeah, didn't do it. Oh, come on. What just happened? Why are we so small? Okay, let's do that again.
Did you just take the computer?
Yeah, we put the computer on there, and then we look into it and we oh, there's a lot of things here. Door 3, skylights, and round 1. Camera on. Camera 1 look. Look for 2 seconds, I guess.
No,
1 or 2 video output. Okay. Oh, okay. There's no cameras.
There's no CCTV.
Okay, there's no output for the cameras. Okay, door 3. Door 3. Open 3.
No, you put bigger than that.
Okay, let's do 10. And what? Left click execute. Let's try that. Oh, it did. Okay, awesome. Don't forget your. I took it. I'm pretty sure I took it. Yes.
Up.
Uh-huh. There's cameras there, I'm sure.
To go there.
Extra. There's camera 3 and there's a...
I'm pretty sure those are safe point. No?
F6 to reposition. Okay.
Oh, exit at this position. Okay.
Wait, those are searchlights. Pressure hatch. Huh. Can't really go through.
Can you climb?
I can climb, yes. There's a grade 4. And there's a grade 5. That's inside. Let's open grade 4 first.
And you should look at the alarm.
There's an
3
alarm.
seconds.
Because if door stays open longer than 3 seconds. Okay. Do I need to do a deck thing here? Grade 4. Grade 4. Open. Oh, that's my timer. Open for 3 seconds. And click. Oops.
Huh? I guess you went in? No?
No.
Oh, it opened on you.
Yeah, it opened on me. Oops. I guess I'll have to climb back up again. And open it from the side so it doesn't push me off. Actually, I can just do up there. Go in. Oh no. Oh no. It got blocked because I was in the way. Grade, let's do grade 5. Oh, that didn't work. 3 seconds again. Awesome. Contract room over here. 6, 5, 6, 7. Oh, cool. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that is cool. The code is generated right there on the fly, so you can't do it remotely. Huh. Oh no. There's a laser. There are cameras. There's a camera here somewhere. This is so Steam. These are definitely cyberpunk stuff. Alarm triggers if the laser stays off longer than 3 seconds. Okay. It wasn't 3 seconds. Oh, I have to switch off the laser when it's crossing. Okay. I could do that. So first, we're gonna do the deck here. We're gonna go into it and do laser. What was it? Laser 9. Okay. Laser 9. Deactivate for 3 seconds. Off for 3. And we're not going to execute until... Oops. Oh, right click. Okay. Can I... Is it still there? No. Off. Dot. Come on. Come on. Off. 3. Okay. Now we press that. Press that. When it's about to cross, we press it. Now. Yeah. That worked. Awesome. That was super cool. 3, 8, 9, 2. Okay. 3, 8, 9, 1, 2. Awesome. Separate commands with a semicolon. Oh, wow. We're doing command strings now. Cool. This is laser 19 and 20. Oh, we can shut down 2 at once by stringing them. Oops. Where's the thing? That's the bell for when it comes in. So we press it here, and this one, what's the alarm? I'm assuming they're both 3 seconds. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, so this is laser, what is it? Laser 19 and 20. Laser 19 dot off for 3 and laser 20 dot off 3. Now before I execute, I press this. When it's about to cross, I'm gonna press left click. No. Yeah. Got it. Okay, 8, 3, 4, 1. 8, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. There we go. Almost there. Ooh, camera. We have to switch off camera. It's the exit.
You have to switch off the camera first.
Okay. How long can the camera stay off?
3 seconds.
Oh, everything's 3 seconds. Okay. Which camera is this? Camera 3. 3 off. 3 seconds. So we okay. I'm out. There's the contract. There's a birds. There are birds here. Okay, contract. Nice. Oh, that's so cool.
Objective complete.
Okay, so to deactivate the camera, go back and... Oh, there's a... Is there a climb here? I have to just go there. I guess not. Wait, can I climb up here?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
You probably have to do that camera thing again. Then take the exit.
Okay. Well, my timer's done, so I should stop here. This is super interesting. These are actually like some of the commands we're using are actually like actual commands. Like I use them at work. Like not the laser or the camera one, but the telnet and the some of the DOS stuff. It's just that's how it's written. The language reminds me of Python. Python is written usually like that, but semicolon's not usually used for that. Anyway, so that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna come and play this later again. But for now, I'm going to shut this down. I think it's saved automatically. Oh, last saved 17 minutes ago, so no, it's not saved automatically. But I don't mind doing it again. You didn't see that part, so I'll show it to you later. Okay, so that was Quadilateral Cowboy. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to put it into the link to the profile of the developer in the chat, so you can go check them out. It's by Blendo Games, and I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll come back with the third game, the last game. Okay, we're back for the third game, Blind Men by Maneater Games. Where is it? Blind Men. I think it's a visual novel. That's the impression I got when I tested it. I didn't actually play the game, I just opened the main screen. For some reason, visual novels always take a bit of time to load. I like the art. I like the color choices. It's quite pretty. So I'm gonna start okay. Wow, I love the text. That is a good font. That's a very standard font, but it looks really good on here. Keegan is the name of the character. When I was 7, I was sent to live with my uncle. I had just lost my parents to a car accident, the same one that left the right side of my face disfigured. His insecurities about his face. He did his best to make me feel welcome, but it wasn't enough. Bullied by my peers and ignored by people that were supposed to help me, I didn't fit in anywhere, and I spent most of my childhood thinking that it was somehow all my fault. One day after I came home crying, my uncle pulled me aside and said to me, "People are fools, Keegan. Blinded by their own stupidity, they seek to destroy what they don't understand. But people like you and me, we're different, we're better. Never forget that." At that moment, it all became clear. I finally understood what I had to do. I'd follow my uncle's footsteps and I'd show them. So, what do you think? I'm only missing the essay section of the application. I don't know why the League even asks for one. There's nothing particularly evil about good grammar. He's joining the League of Evil of some sort. I laughed nervously at my own bad attempt at a joke. The League of Evil, yeah, I called it, is the highest authority when it comes to criminal activity around the world. They can make or destroy a supervillain's career with a single word, and even those that don't answer to them know better than to oppose them. Membership is for life, and vacancies are rare and far and in between. Even getting the opportunity to apply is difficult enough. I'm perfectly confident in my ability to deliver a flawless application, of course, but one can never be too sure. Which is exactly how I ended up asking one of my uncle's henchmen for his opinion on my application. Henchman, it's about passion. Common criminals are a dime a dozen, but being a supervillain requires true dedication. He claps his hands together in excitement. He's almost as enthusiastic as I am about the idea of me getting to join the League, which makes the fact that I have no idea what his name is rather embarrassing. It's not that I don't care, it's just that after a while henchmen just sort of blend in together. During training, we were shown the videos of the boss's speech at the Allied Nations. It was wonderful. Half the room was in tears by the end of it. It's the one about how powerful countries abuse the voting system of the organization to legitimize their actions, isn't it? I've seen it too. It's really good. It's not for nothing that Human Resources makes all the new recruits watch it. In just a few words, you can really feel what the boss is about. What makes him different from the other supervillains out there. You don't need to worry so much. Write from the heart and you'll do fine. Besides, your Sphinx nephew, it runs in the family. He said so himself, didn't he? I groan. Don't even start. It's bad enough that people think I've only got to the opportunity because of him in the first place. The last thing I want is for it to actually be true. Getting into the League by my own merits is the only way I'll ever be taken seriously as a villain, by them and by everyone else. Not to mention, he has this weird idea about how spending all my time down here is not good for me. And it's not something recent either, because intelligence agencies were always looking for my uncle. We never stayed too long in one place. As a result, I was homeschooled for most of my life. But ever since I finished my high school studies 3 years ago, he's been trying to get me to enroll in college, an actual college with other normal people. At first, it was just subtle hints and the occasional comment, which I accepted as his way of showing he cared about my future. However, since last month, he's been bringing a bunch of pamphlets home. He went as far as outright telling me that if I was having a problem choosing, I should study engineering like he did. Speaking of the boss, when are you planning to tell him? I have managed to keep the application process a secret for the better part of a year, but it can't remain that way forever. As proud as it makes me that he hasn't found out yet, I'm no fool. I know that luck has played at least some part in it. Besides, I meant it when I told the henchman that my uncle is my biggest inspiration. His approval would mean a lot to me. The next time I see him, I suppose, it will be better if he hears it from me now and not from the league after I get accepted. He hates being left out, and considering what I'm planning, he might just have a stroke. Well, here's your chance. He's heading our way. What? He's not supposed to come back until tonight? The henchman shrugs. I turn around and see my uncle walking through the door. He has never been a particularly expressive man, but he looks even more serious than usual. Good morning, boss. The henchman salutes him, and my uncle dispenses him with a nod. As he leaves, he silently mouths a good luck in my direction. Traitor. You're early. There was an explosion in the lab. There's toxic materials everywhere, and since it will take the cleanup crew a few hours to get rid of it, I told everyone to go home for the day. I look down and notice that his clothes are stained with some kind of black substance. Instinctively, I take a step back. He looks down as well, shakes his head and waves his hand in a dismissive gesture. This is just oil. I was working on some of my old prototypes when I was informed of the explosion. Anything I can help with, boss? No, I want to clear up some space in the storage room. I'll get rid of whatever I can't get in working condition. And how many times do I have to tell you that you don't need to call me that? Sorry, I spent so much time with the henchman, it rubs off after a while. Among other things. Uncle, really? That was years ago, and it only happened once. As far as I know, only because he got eaten by a shark before it could happen again. Yes, the time the feeding cage malfunctioned and our perfectly trained sharks decided to have him for lunch instead. What an unfortunate coincidence. The corner of his lips quirks up in an amused smile. I barely resist the urge to roll my eyes. Have you had time to go through the pamphlets? The entrance exams begin next month, so you have to submit your papers as soon as possible. I spoke with Madame Mantis. She said that if you're interested in moving to America, she'd be happy to help with anything you need. Ever since she retired, she has amassed quite the list of contacts in the Board of Education. In fact, if you get everything else ready before next Friday, she'll personally write you a recommendation letter. I met her a couple of times. She was a proper villain, the kind of woman that never does things out of the kindness of her heart, meaning that he either asks her for a favor or she owed him one. Either way, I bet he's only telling me this so I feel pressured into enrolling. I'm glad that you brought it up because I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You have? Does that mean you've chosen a college already then? Not exactly. Not exactly, Keegan. Cut to the chase. What if I didn't want to go to college? He stares at me in silence for what feels like an eternity. Finally, he closes his eyes and begins to rub his temples. We've been over this before. You need to do something with your life. You do a good job around here, but you can't keep running around with the henchmen forever. Wait, just hear me out. The reason I don't want to go to college is because I want to become a supervillain just like you. In fact, I've already contacted the League. They think I've got a lot of potential, Uncle. They're just waiting for me to submit my full application. When did you even have time to do that? I Save it, that's not important. Helping me out and being an actual supervillain are two completely different things. The League's application process is infamously hard for a reason, Keegan. Many people have died trying to impress the Council. Why do you even want to be one? Uncle, please. I've gone through the curriculum of every major college in the world, several times actually. They've got nothing to teach me. I could go straight to a doctorate for about every field I'm interested in. Why should I waste my time with frivolities when I could be doing something that actually matters? You are the one that always says that people just don't know what's best for themselves. Well, I do. Besides, I've been helping you out practically my whole life. I'm not making an uninformed decision. I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. Are you sure about this? I've never been more sure about anything. Have you decided what are you going to call yourself? Do you have a base of operations? What about a plan? How are you going to pay for everything? Do you remember the weapons dealer that sold you the parts you were missing for the death ray? Turns out that he also handles mercenary contracts, and he comes highly recommended in that regard. He said that he would lend me one of his bases and some people if I went over a couple of the blueprints his scientists are working on. I know it's not ideal, but it would only be for a day or two. After I'm accepted in the League, I'll have enough resources to get my own. He crosses his arms, and there's another moment of silence. If you're serious about this, I won't be the one to stop you, but you're going to do this properly. Call the weapons dealer and tell him that you won't be needing his services anymore. You'll use my lair and my men. We'll draft a contract, and if anyone asks, you rented them. Thank you, Uncle. I promise I won't disappoint you. Of course you won't. Now come, tell me more about your plan. A month later, location National Museum of Science, Bonn, Germany. I pretend to adjust a strand of hair behind my ear, pressing the button on my earpiece to increase the volume. Boss, I'm in the control room. I've taken care of the security recordings. The police won't find anything of use in any of them. The men are all in their posts and ready to go, too. They'll be waiting for your signal. I'll stay here for a while longer to keep an eye on things. Please let me know if you understood. I nod. All right, see you in the auditorium, boss. As an aspiring supervillain, I particularly one hoping to join the League, there are two things to be taken into account when it comes to carrying out plans: visibility and chance of success. Just like there's no point in doing something so uninspired that it barely makes it to the local news, there's no point in getting arrested on national television. Finding balance is key, and that's exactly why I've chosen Bonn National Museum of Science as my target. It's a beautiful place, and just like its research center, hosts many important scientists. Its vault is home to a lot of rare and expensive equipment. Despite that, under normal circumstances, there wouldn't be anything particularly worth stealing here. But starting today, the museum will be hosting the Schulzholt collection of rare minerals. Its main piece being the famous Engellag diamond. Beside being one of the largest cut precious stones known to man, its purity and chemical composition makes it one of the most versatile energy conductors in the world. In addition to the exhibit itself, the museum board has also invited Professor Schulz to give a conference at the end of the inauguration party. Schulz is both a geologist and a political activist, and he's greatly respected in both fields. To make sure that no other villain interferes, I told both the League and my uncle that I'd be planting bombs in the museum and holding the guests hostage for a ransom. Very few people are willing to risk getting blown up by a first-timer after all. But actually, my real plan is... you get to pick your plan? That is pretty epic. Let's steal the diamond. Stealing the Engellag certainly won't get me any points for originality. It's changed hands so many times it has to be authenticated every time it shows up. But with so many important people here, a robbery is bound to get all the media attention I need, and then some. Besides, I can think of a thing or two that I can do with the diamond itself in the time that it takes me to find a buyer for it. It's a great plan, if I say so myself, if my nerves don't kill me first, that is. Until Scroll's conference begins, there isn't much for me to do except wait. The only reason I got here at the beginning of the inauguration in the first place was in case the henchmen needed me for something. Unfortunately, that also means that I've had plenty of time to go over the plan in my head, including all the little details that could go wrong. I hate to admit it, but my uncle was right. Being the mastermind of a plan instead of just another person helping out is a completely different experience. But it doesn't matter. When I join the league, I'll get to tell the story whichever way I want. None of the boring parts, and none of the doubt. Everything was perfect on the first try. In the end, I decided to grab a drink at the bar while I wait. The bar is actually more of a counter in one of the corners of the lobby than its own separate place. It's meant for people who want to get something to drink without having to find a place at one of the tables, or wait for the servers to take their order. As I approach, the first thing I see is a man surrounded by a small group of people, most of them women. I can't get a good look at him from over here, but every once in a while, the whole group erupts in laughter. After the third or so time that it happens, the bartender walks over from behind the counter and says something to them. He probably asks them to either lower their volume or leave, since the group begins to disperse right afterwards. Now by himself, the man takes a seat next to another blonde man. He leans back on the chair and begins swinging it back and forth. No wonder he was surrounded by women. He's pretty handsome, and the man next to him isn't too bad himself either. Definitely a much better view than what I had at the lobby. A moment passes and the man in the tuxedo says something. They exchange a few words, but the expression on the blonde man's face is so unfriendly that they don't really go beyond that. If looks could kill. In any case, I don't have much time to think about it. At that exact moment, the first man turns around and our eyes meet. I look away to see if he'll do the same, but he doesn't. Instead, I can see him staring at me until I give up and look back. He makes a gesture to the bartender to order another of whatever he is having. Now, with the additional glass in hand, he approaches, stopping right next to me and leaning against the counter. Having fun? From his body language and his accent, I'd say he's American. I wave my hand in a dismissing manner. Not really. Watching the governor try to explain the merits of mineralogy has been the highlight of my evening so far. These things are usually more lively. Well, as lively as events of the sort can get. Last time, there was this professor from Colombia. What was his name? Anyway, he's convinced that Skull's methodology is faulty, so he always ends up causing a ruckus whenever they meet. But this time, the committee made sure that the guest list is as inoffensive as possible. You didn't hear it from me, of course. Of course. Drink? He raises the glass towards me. I saw him order it, but I didn't see the bartender pour it, so of course I'm not going to accept it. I shake my hand and pick up my own glass, almost empty by now, from the counter. No thank you, I already had one. He shrugs and takes a sip. It's quite good, isn't it? German alcohol's one of the two reasons I'm glad that the Soviets only got to keep half of the country. And the other one is? Germans. By now it seems clear that he's flirting with me. Whether he's actually doing a good job is a different point altogether. I decide to flirt back? Sure, let's go with it. Well, two can play that same game. Let's see him put his money where his mouth is. Of course, one of those things is much more fun than the other. He laughs, puts down one of the glasses, and offers me his free hand. I take it and give him a grin in return. The handshake lasts a couple of seconds more than strictly necessary, and instead of simply letting go at the hand, he slides his finger across my palm. I curl my fingers straightly so that they interlock briefly at the end. That does it. He begins to ogling me in what's possibly the least subtle manner known to man. Johns, it's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. Don't take this the wrong way, but you look kind of young for an academic. I'm still an undergrad. I'm hoping for a chance to discuss my thesis with Skulls before I submit it. Asking Skulls for his opinion about an undergrad thesis, that's quite a high bar you've set for yourself. Trust me, you don't even know half of it. So what is it about? In simple terms, I'm researching ways to improve the accuracy of the tools used to locate and harvest petroleum deposits. It would make extraction quicker, cheaper, and more environmentally friendly. Right now it's all theory, but I'm pretty sure that my calculations will lead to it being acceptable. That's quite impressive, all the better for me. I like them smart. With a grin, he puts a hand on my shoulder and leans closer to me until his face is practically touching mine. His breath feels hot against my ear and mixed with the faint smell of alcohol coming from him. It's enough to send a shiver down my spine. Maybe we could discuss more of your ideas in private. I'm tempted, so very tempted. But if I miscross, my thesis supervisor will have my head. I take a step back and he lets go of my arm. What a shame, but I understand. Next time, then. He picks up the glass, chugs down the rest of the drink, and winks at me before turning around and walking away. As soon as he's out of my sight, I let out a sigh. What gall! If I had been anyone else, this could have ended badly for him. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not planning to see him again anytime soon. There's a buzzing sound from one of my nearby speakers, and I turn my attention to it. First call, please proceed to take your seats. The conference will begin in 15 minutes. When the announcement is done, I head towards the auditorium. Other than the first 2 rows, which have been reserved for politicians and the press, the seats aren't numbered. Terribly inconvenient for people that would rather secure a good place without having to enter early or wait too long in line for it. On the other hand, it's perfect for someone like me that would rather not have a name attached to their tickets. When one of the ushers takes my ticket, I recognize him as one of my uncle's men, just like the henchman said. He directs me towards a free seat at the corner of one of the middle rows. Perfect. Nothing would ruin a dramatic entrance like having to ask people to stand up so I can get to the stage. Once I'm at the seat, it quickly becomes obvious why no one had taken it yet. Sitting next to me is the blond man from the hall, reading the program with an expression on his face just as unfriendly as the one he had back there. Excuse me, is this seat taken? He looks at me, shakes his head, and goes back to reading without a single word. Under any other circumstances, I wouldn't care. But come on, he talked to the other man at the bar, and I don't get more than a side glance. It's entirely possible for him to just be some regular guy with the bad social skills and poor German, but he didn't even attempt to answer in English either. I decide to give him my gut feeling a try, and leaning closer to him, lowering my voice so that no one else will hear, I begin to speak to him in Russian. I've heard that Russians have a lot of trouble getting travel permits nowadays, even those who have never been to the Soviet Union. I can't even imagine how hard it must be for actual Soviets to get out of their country. That gets his attention enough to put down the program and turn to face me. He looks like he's assessing me and trying to intimidate me at the same time. If I'm completely honest with myself, why am I interested in talking to it though? Because he insists on ignoring. It's a matter of pride, really. Being related to a supervillain and soon to be one myself, I may need to keep a lower profile, but I won't stand for being so blatantly disregarded. Having an interest in geoscience is not a crime either. His German doesn't have any less of an accent, but because he doesn't have to whisper, it's actually easier to understand. Of course not, but you do know that he'll be giving the conference in German, don't you? And frankly, the translators the museum usually hires are terrible. It's not even close to being the same experience. I'm speaking with you, aren't I? My German is good enough. This is quite different from a scientific presentation. What do you really want? I'm just trying to have a conversation with the person sitting next to me. Why, should it be about something else? No, of course not. We exchange a look of suspicion before he goes back to reading, not without hesitation. Seems like I'll have to keep an eye on him. Third call, please remain in silence for the duration of the conference. We'd like to remind you that photography is restricted to authorized press. The lights of the room begin to dim until they turn off completely, and the auditorium's only remaining illumination are the spotlights above the stage. A man in a suit appears from the left of the stage, followed by Professor Skulls. He stops at the podium, and soon any hopes of conversations are drowned out by the audience's applause. Please welcome Professor Hans Skulls, head of the Skulls-Holt Foundation. There's another round of applause, this time much louder. After a couple of seconds pass, Skulls holds his hand up and the whole room goes quiet. Slowly the floor next to him begins to open, and everyone watches in awe as the case in which the diamond is kept raises from it. I had seen pictures of it before, of course, but it doesn't compare to seeing it in person. As you all know, the Engelog is amongst the rarest gemstones in the world. Flawless both in its surface and its interior, it allows both heat and electricity to be conducted with minimal dispersion. I pressed the button on the side of my watch. I couldn't risk bringing too much equipment on my person, but I managed to fit both a communicator and a small laser into my watch. At my signal, the doors burst open and the henchmen appear, while the ones that had been posing as ushers hurry to lock the doors behind them. My uncle only ended up letting me about half a dozen of them, but since the people inside have no way to tell, they are more than enough. There are whispers of confusion at first, but the room goes completely quiet when Skrull slams his hands against the podium. What is the meaning of this? Security, get these people out of here. I stand up and am escorted to the stage by that one henchman whose name I should probably know by now. While we walk, he goes ahead and hands me the controller for the bombs. It's mostly for show, since we only wired enough bombs to mess up some of the less important rooms slightly, while the rest are decoys set to release smoke. Of course, they don't know that. There has been a slight change of plans, Professor. As I take the podium, I put down the control in front of me and I signal the henchmen to restrain Skulls. They both get off the stage and he leads the professor towards the side of the auditorium. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. If you cooperate and do exactly as you're told, no one will get hurt. When you look back to this moment in a few years, you'll realize that it was the most important day of your lives. Scientific achievements, political careers, everything you've done will pale in comparison to this instant. And that is because today you will become part of history. You'll have the honor of witnessing the birth of one of the greatest supervillains known to man, Dr. Cyclops. As of right now, you also have the honor of being my hostages. Hopefully the government values our lives. I'm briefly interrupted by the sound of talking coming from amongst the seats. I decide to ignore it and continue. Enough to pay the... When it happens again, I stop speaking and begin to look over the crowd, searching for the source of the interruption. Most of the guests have either a look of fear or discomfort on their faces, and some of them even shake their heads when they notice me looking at them. What do I have henchmen for if they can't even keep people from talking at the same time as me? Finally, I notice that the henchman is out of the place, standing at the end of the row rather than at his place near to Skulls. He seems to be arguing with someone. I step down from the stage to get a better look, and I recognize the other person as the man from the lobby. What are you doing? Sit down. I'm going to the bathroom, unless you want me to get sick all over the floor. He stands up and takes a few steps forward. Actually, it's more of an awkward stumbling. He looks really drunk. Hey, I said you weren't going anywhere. The henchman grabs his arm to stop him. Suddenly, the man turns around and punches him square in the nose, knocking him out cold in the process. Stepping around the henchman's unconscious body, he puts a hand inside his jacket and takes out a gun. At first, I'm amused by the idea of getting shot by an overeager drunk, but he manages to point it right at me just fine. Agent Hunter, Global, you are all under arrest. Shit. People begin to turn to look at him, whispering to each other until the crowd's attention is divided between the two of us. Meanwhile, none of the henchmen move, unsure of what to do. The only security on the site was supposed to be the museum's guards and some of the local police stationed outside. There was nothing to make us think that an agent of Global would be here, let alone armed. The henchmen could deal with him through sheer numbers alone, but I need them to keep control of the crowd. If everyone begins to panic, it's not going to be good for any of us. I decide to try and bluff, so I shrug and laugh it off. Nice try, but you wouldn't risk a shootout in a room full of civilians, or for me to blow this place sky high. I pick up the control and put my index finger on the big red button in the middle of it. See this? My men have put bombs all around the museum. One false move and I'll push it. With you still inside? No, I don't think so. As for your henchmen, my aim is pretty good, and something tells me none of them want to be the one that gets their boss shot. Guess we'll have to see who's faster. Get him. The henchmen are getting ready to fire when I'm blinded by a flash of white light. Out of instinct, I drop the control and raise my arm to cover my good eye, but the movement makes me lose my balance. I end up falling back. Grenade, everyone get down. Hold your fire. My vision is blurry so much that I barely see the second flash of light when it goes off. I hear the people begin to scream, but the noise sounds distant, as if I was in another room altogether. It's not much of a relief, but at least that means they were flash grenades rather than fragmentation ones. It takes a couple of seconds for my eyesight to come back completely, and a couple more for me to regain enough strength to be able to stand up. I look around. Half of the henchmen are on the floor, covering their ears in pain, and the other half still looks too confused to do anything. Upon realizing that no one is blocking their way anymore, the people in the seats began to run towards the exits in panic, pushing each other and screaming. By the time the henchmen try to regain control of the situation, the whole room has descended into chaos. In front of me, Agent Hunter points his gun in my direction and begins to approach, or at least he's trying to. His hand is shaking so much that it's obvious that he's just as disoriented as I am. I frown. If it wasn't him, then who? He looks at me, then at the floor and stops. I look down as well and realize why. It's the control. He hurls himself forward and grabs it. I take the opportunity to kick the gun out of his other hand, but he holds onto my leg and pulls me down with him. We both end up on the floor, trying to wrestle the control out of each other's hands. While Agent Hunter may be stronger, right now I'm the one in better condition, so I manage to hold my own against him. We keep rolling around on the floor until I manage to flip him over and pin him down. Has anyone ever told you that this is your best angle? Shut up and give it back. As we continue to struggle for the control, I notice someone get on the stage out of the corner of my eye. I turn my head to see the blonde man from the lobby walk up to the diamond case and lift it up. Oh my god.
Of course.
It's a brief distraction, but it's close enough to give Hunter the upper hand he needs to push me off him. When I fall back, the control is sent flying into the air, and Hunter and I stare at it as it lands right on the detonator. Well, shit. Of course, nothing happens. It's a decoy, isn't it? Hunter shakes his head in disbelief, wiping a bead of sweat from his brow with the back of his hand. But instead of looking angry, he seems rather amused by the whole situation. Having decided that his immediate business with me is done, he runs past me onto the stage to catch up with the other man. They begin fighting over the diamond right away, trying to keep the other from getting a proper hold on it. They're pretty evenly matched at first, but the longer the fight lasts, the more Hunter struggles to keep up. Whoever the Russian is, it's clear that he's not just a random guest or some opportunistic thief. It will be an easy mission, they said. No one cares about that old rock anymore, they said. What does the KGB even want with it? What does the KGB even want with it? Don't you commies dislike everything that they may be worth more than a ruble? Be quiet, that diamond is the property of the Soviet government. I've come to take it back. Global and the KGB, I knew there was something odd about those two. I feel someone pull my arm and I turn to see the henchman has finally regained consciousness. His nose is bleeding from Hunter's punch and he has a split lip. He's quite lucky that he didn't get trampled by the people on the way out. Boss, we should leave. By now the room is almost empty and the only ones left besides the four of us are the rest of the henchmen. At least they have enough common sense to not to try to pick up their guns again. With how bad they look, I wouldn't trust any of them with one. I shake my head. Like hell we are, I'm not going back empty-handed. Get everyone out of here and meet me at the vehicle. I'll take care of this myself. He gives me a hesitant look. When he doesn't move, I snap my fingers to get him to hurry. What are you waiting for? Go! He still doesn't look too convinced, but he doesn't say anything. He nods and goes to pass on my instructions to the rest of the henchmen. I walk back to the stage where the Russians manage to open the case lock while also keeping Hunter away from it. There's no way I can take them out both on my own and get away with the diamond. But if I wait for one to deal with the other, and I corner whoever gets it on his way to the exit, I may have a chance. They both reach out to grab the diamond at the same time, but instead they knock it over and it rolls away behind the curtain. The Russian pushes Hunter out of the way and goes after it, with Hunter following a second later. I lose them from sight for about a minute, my views obscured by the curtain. Finally, a hand pulls the curtain aside. It's... Ooh.
Who are you gonna get?
Interesting. Maybe Hunter. I see Agent Hunter crawl out from under the curtain holding the diamond in his free hand. He looks a little beat up, but he's in much better shape than I expect him to be after fighting the Russian, mainly because he's still in one piece. Hunter stands up and puts the diamond inside his jacket before running his fingers through his hair in an attempt to comb it back in place. He uses his watch as a makeshift mirror, and satisfied with the result, he takes a moment to look back to make sure that the Russian isn't going to follow him. When a few seconds pass and there's no sign of him, Hunter begins walking towards the exit. I leave the room shortly after he does, trying to remain close enough to keep an eye on him, but still far enough that he won't notice. The lobby is just as empty as the auditorium was. Not even the guards are here anymore, and the police hasn't come in yet. With all the confusion, they're probably waiting for the confirmation that there are no civilians left inside. Good luck with that. There's no way of looking into the museum past the lobby from the outside. Anyway, I better hurry before they change their mind. Besides the front entrance, there's only one other way to leave the building from the lobby area, the emergency exit at one of the sides. Since he didn't head towards the front entrance, it means Hunter must be intending to get out using the emergency exit. I turn at one of the hallways, hoping that I'm not wrong. I get to the exit and Hunter arrives a couple of seconds after me, just enough time to put myself between him and the door. Bingo. He stops dead as soon as he sees me, his eyes widening in surprise. This is it, Agent. Hand over the diamond. You're still here? Listen, it's been fun and everything, but I really have to go now. You're cute and I don't want to have to beat you to go through you or arrest you. Why don't you do us both a favor and get away before either the police or the other agents arrive? No way. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care if I have to chase you all the way to your agency. I'm getting my diamond one way or another. He takes a step forward, shaking his head, but I don't move. Fine, I'll guess I'll have to teach you to be more accommodating when someone is trying to be nice to you. But when you're sitting on a cell, remember that you were the one who insisted on this. Suddenly there's a crunching noise loud enough to interrupt Hunter. We both stay completely still for a moment, trying to decide whether it's something that needs our attention more than each other. I hear the noise again, but this time it doesn't stop right away. Instead, it keeps getting louder and closer, until it appears to be coming from right above us. Dust begins to fall from the ceiling. I cover my mouth with my sleeve. Hunter lets out a cough and does the same. We stare at each other, neither wanting to be the first to look away. Finally, I'm the one who gives in and looks at the ceiling. The noise is frankly too loud to ignore, and the closeness is worrying. I immediately realize the source of the sound. Cracks have begun to appear on the ceiling, small pieces of it falling off as the structure struggles to remain in one piece. At this rate, we only have a matter of minutes before it collapses completely. How? It would take more than a couple of flash grenades to damage the building to this extent. I try to think, but nothing comes to my mind. It doesn't matter, that's not important right now. I have enough time to either get out of here or stop Hunter, but not both. Watch out! Before I can react, Hunter grabs me firmly by the hand and pulls me aside with such strength that I struggle to keep my balance. I'm about to protest when a steel beam falls from the ceiling, landing just where we were standing a couple of seconds ago. Both of us instinctively take a step away from it, and we exchange a surprised look. Though we aren't hurt by the fall, the beam ends up in a position that completely blocks the door, and with it our way out. Let's go back while we still can. The dust continues to fall around us, turning so heavy that it obscures my vision more and more by the second. Still holding my hand, Hunter pulls me along him as he runs towards the auditorium, going so fast that I can barely keep up. He doesn't slow down, but when I feel like I'm about to fall behind, he tightens his grip so that I'm forced to quicken my own pace as much as I can. We barely manage to make it inside, dodging the debris in our way before the building becomes too dark to move around. Fortunately for us, the auditorium has a much better ventilation system, or rather, its ventilation system is actually still working. The lights flicker on and off every other second, but they are mostly functional too. It's enough for us to be able to make our way further into the auditorium, and the first thing I noticed is the state of the stage. The concrete wall behind it, the curtain is missing its whole middle part, with exposed wires and metal pieces lying on the floor. It looks like a bomb went off right behind it, which would explain both the noise we heard and what happened to the rest of the building. Behind us, the movement of the building just adjusting itself causes the door to swing until it finally slams shut. We stop when we reach the seats, and Hunter crouches in the space between them and the stairs before pulling me down so I'm in the same position. It's so small that it's almost suffocating, but there are also not as many things that could potentially fall on us and kill us. We remain in place until the noises die down, and for a moment after that, just in case, before slowly getting up when we've made sure that it's safe to do so. I step away from Hunter, pulling my hand towards him so that he lets go of it. There's something on your Are you alright? I look down and realize that he's talking about bloodstain on my shirt. I put a hand against my chest, and I'm immediately relieved to find out that it doesn't hurt to do so. I pull my sleeve up and take a look at my arms. I've got some cuts and scratches, but nothing big enough to be where the stain came from. It's not mine. Oh, good. One of the longest minutes of my life, I thought you said the bombs were decoys. They were. Something else must have happened. Whoever blew the stage must have done it. You went through the trouble of putting decoys and replacing the workers, and you didn't notice there was a real bomb in here? I frown. It's not only the tone in which he's saying it, he's absolutely right. Someone's oversight almost got us killed back there. Well, it's not like your people noticed either. Wait a minute, how do I know the global didn't have something to do with it? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have been inside when the building began to collapse. And I still don't know what you were doing here in the first place. We had no way of knowing that the museum would be empty by now. It might as well have been full of people, which, unlike for some people, is a problem for us. Is it now? Yes, especially when half of those people are Western politicians and scientists. I suppose you have a point. That just leaves the Soviet agent then. I'm pretty sure he was the one who threw the flashbangs. I looked towards the stage and I didn't see him in our way out. Is there no sign? And there's no sign of him here. As if reading my mind, Hunter sighs. Let's hope he didn't get away, or else we're going to have yet another problem in our hands. Anyway, this isn't how they usually work, but I wouldn't put it past them. You can never be sure when commies are involved. On the good side of it all this, if it was him and he didn't get away, we won't be seeing any more of them. Their operations are rather limited outside of the Soviet Union, so there's a pretty good chance that they won't bother with an agent that didn't report back. If there were others, they're probably retreated already. In that case, let's get out of here. I'd say it was a pleasure, Agent Hunter, but it really wasn't. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. This is pretty interesting. I never expected a story in this setting, like a visual novel with gay romance in it, in a setting like this. Like, I've never read anything like this. before. So that's pretty interesting. Where's the... How do you get to the menu?
Option. Quit.
Quick game. Okay. That was super interesting. That's called Blind Man by Maneater Games. Based on the name, I'm guessing that they make games like this all the time. So I'm going to post the link to their profile on the chat if you want to check it out. Blind Man by Maneater Games. So that was really cool. Really good art and good writing. I'll probably go back and play it more at some other point. So that was our 29th session going through the Racial Justice Bundle from Itch.io. We looked at 10S by OWCH, Quadilateral Cowboy by Blendo Games, and Blind Man by Maneater Games. My next session is Monday, August 31st. And I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, except for stat holidays. So yeah, that was really cool. All my videos are available on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to watch some of the replays of the old ones, they're all available there. And I will see anyone who wants to join us on Monday in a couple of days. Okay, have a good night.